Alright, can anyone hear me? Let me set myself up. There we go. Hello and welcome to another play along, a movie night where we're playing a Christmas special. Who is a lot of people don't know that is Abbott and Costello. This is another comedy comedians from TV. There was a TV special back in 1953, where this show was in black and white. Of course, you can see it in color if you want to, but the show was originally in color. Anyway, I gotta find Amazon. So you guys have the movie, you can play along. So, so this was a Christmas special, but they also had a lot of these commercials they put in here, and they were not that fun because it is Christmas time. I thought it would be perfect to do a Christmas comedy. That is one of them. Now, acting with Scallop, there is a funny it is a funny comedy. It's mostly these two guys. Yeah. Costello is sort of one of the idiots, but still, it's fun to watch. Let me see. I put this on Christmas list. My stuff. Well, that's why did I rented Miracle on 34th Street on 1974? Would I have it on Prime? Oh no, I know I'm gonna return it. Okay, here's Abbott Costello. This is in, I believe this was in color. Hang on. Nope, it's in black and white. They they did put this in color. If you guys want to see it in color, but I think Amazon Prime must have removed the color out and just put black and white. So if people are looking for the color one, you might be out of the option here. Let's see. Yeah, this is actually in color. All right. I think that was the complaint too for a lot of people. They were just taking away the black and white and just keep these in colors. Where these were, it was 1952. Was only done in black and white. So it's glad to see this back the way it was in black and white. But you guys can find the one in color. Go wait for it. The same thing we're watching is that you guys are gonna watch in color. I'm just gonna watch it in the original aspect. It was the original way. That was black and white. That's how it was originally filmed. So before I do get in, I'm gonna put on the watch party for some people who wants to come in. Uh, damn it. Missed it. All right. So you guys have the movie. Just come and play along. I had to get my earbuds in to hear it because I'm keeping the audio off and other things off. I got my hot chocolate here. Still too hot. All right. people can come in to watch. So it's starting in. I'm gonna start right now. Let's get a little bit more so people come in. So this is Abbott and Costello Christmas show, and it just got a lot of performers of dancing and singing. So the most part is the stand-up comedy stuff that we're doing. So starting in five, right? Starting in five, four, three, two, one, play. Well, oh, there we go. A lot of these ads are putting in. Well, they're gonna do some singing. That was the 50, the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. There was a lot of singing back then. Letting my hot chocolate cool down. Never have a steaming hot chocolate and just burn your burn your tip of your tongue. Not fun. Steaming hot and burn your tongue. That's not fun. And that's gonna stay there for a while. Yeah, shopping for Christmas, and it's still, as in years, it's still continuing. Which is true. They're still shopping for Christmas, and it's been going on earlier. Oh, here they are, Applet and Costello. He's trying to take the money. Yeah, he was trying to take the money out. He put his money back in the same pocket. He didn't put it in his pocket. Put it in Costello's pocket. He's Abbott's cracking up in the back. And the accident was backfired. Okay, that was. That was actually live from a show, recording on TV. Like other. And now he's crying. It's wrong. Oh, that's a window broke. They're all fake. They're And he pushes him and breaks another window. Um, and these are the ads they were putting in. Let's see if this hot chocolate's. Mm. Okay, this one I'm just talking. These are those old commercials they're putting in. You couldn't just cut these out. Well, it was part of the TV special back then. Is to sell products back then. Yeah, they were real back then. They were really trying to make these old products to make skin like smooth, but I don't know what they were using back then. It probably was unsafe. It probably was unsafe. But these commercials goes on for a very long time. Mm. Uh, okay, they're. I think they're doing a dance. Yeah, it's a dancing scene. But back then they had a lot of dancing. We're done with that hot cocoa. And that's so easy how to make hot cocoa. You get the powder of the hot cocoa mix. You just put a bowling of hot water in there, and that's it. Some people say you put milk in there. You can have milk if you want to, but it just cools it down a little bit. Well, did they get a my friend got me an Amazon gift card, and I don't know what I want to use it on. I'm looking at how to wait until I get paid, but I'm thinking maybe I should get a Switch game, and probably a game I used to play is it's Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, which is a remake of Pokemon Yellow. And I want to tell a lot of people right now that was the first Pokemon game I ever played. Was Pokemon Yellow. Before I got into Red and Blue, Yellow was my favorite. Now that one, that the peak because it's Pokemon Yellow, but it shouldn't just call Pokemon Pikachu. When you leveled up your Pikachu, get him stronger. I think well, he's gonna transform into a new version of Pikachu. But in that one, it stays as Pikachu. It doesn't change forms. I think because Pikachu was so cute that a lot of people didn't want him to be changed. They like he was more of the main star of Pokemon. And I still like Pikachu. I think he's still my favorite Pokemon character of all time. Still, I kind of lost interest, but I'm getting back into it. And also, believe it or not, Pikachu was in Smash Brothers a lot. As we all used to play as Pikachu. And now it's Smash Brothers. I don't know what character I use in Smash Brothers. So many. Yeah, I mean Pikachu is still in there, but Brawl, uh, Smash Brothers Brawler was, oh yeah, Super Smash Brothers Brawler. I kind of play Sonic. It was awesome to have Sonic in Smash Brothers. Oh, okay. These are like performers. They don't do this much in shows anymore, but okay. But these were real talented people back then. I mean, they had no training on this. There's a lot of practice. I mean, doing stuff for TV back then is like those doesn't look easy. That's took a lot of practice to do this. A lot of rehearsal. I mean, these days they have like trainings for these, but back then there was no trainings or school for this stuff. If they have to practice, and when showbiz for TV and movies were coming in, um, these were not real. What do they call it? These people they have to figure out how to act and become voice actors. It was not easy back then. It was hard. Jumping from pole to pole, that's not easy. It's like trying to. It's like gonna fool you, like it's gonna fall, but he gets to the bar. All right, they're doing another commercial part. Uh, it's just a lot of these commercials. Supposed to use to put in. That's why I'm talking through this. All right, let me get some water. Putting these stuff in the show. Wait, collagen, collagen. I never heard of these. These are some of these products I never heard of anymore. Or at least they don't continue. They don't exist anymore. I mean, there's there was a coffee company called Wilson Coffee. Was this no longer around? That been discontinued years. I believe it was in the 40. I think it was in the 60s. These are 70s. I think. Was it 50s or 60s? It's somewhere around there. Oh, Abigail Stitch. I didn't get it right. Scalp treatment is my favorite. And he's trying to fall asleep. Uh-oh. Noodle stuffing your Christmas turkey, and Ablett and Scudder's gonna get it all wrong. He used to watch. I do eggs. That's part of the scalp treatment, and the ingredients is for the stuff in the turkey. Beat the eggs on the scalp. You just see someone. He's actually laughing. Actually, chopped celery and onions because he thinks it's a self screen, but it's for turkey. He's cracking up. Couldn't just the noodles in your Christmas turkey. be Chick doing in there? He's cracking up. He burned his hair off. Oh, that was a good sketch right there. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, all this stuff is just their old commercials back then. He's Costello doing this. Was called to give a scalp treatment. Instead, the guy was giving ingredients to stuff the turkey. Oh yeah, these are just commercials they have years ago. Oh, oh, yeah, and that was back then. You had to go to a store to find it, or I don't think you had to call. You had to go right into your store to see they have it. But man, I mean the culture back then. But it was in '53. I mean around '54, 4 or 5 is where or the art and culture was starting to take its toll. Well, the '50s, '60s, '70s, and '80s, and I think '90s had culture. It had art. It had like style. We don't have that anymore. It's more modern now. But back then, it was like 50s had great architecture. The cars were this amazing in the 50s. In the 60s, they were cool as well. The 70s cars, they look okay. They just look outdated. Oh, mostly the 50s, the 60s cars, they just look timeless. They look awesome. The 80s did try to get the cars, but now these days, the 90s and 2000s, now you just got these more modern cars. That's of what you go for. But back then, those cars were not made like it used to be. It's once in a while I see some of these old cars and like, wow. It's it's like when you see these cars, it's like you're back in those. You're like you're transported back in time. What it was like. Yeah, there's this singing now. Well, it was a lot about this special. They had a lot of singing. Which I'm talking through this one only because it's kind of boring. And it does the part when acting like Costello comes in is where it really comes in. It's a lot of singing, but yeah, the cars. I didn't chance to watch the movie Christine yet. Was supposed to be based on the night. Well, it's supposed to be a killer car that came from hell. Well, they already had a movie called The Car that was in 1976. And yeah, 19. What is that? Yeah, 1976 called The Car. It was all black, but it's supposed to make it more like it's evil and hell. It's not a bad movie right there. I think Christine has more of a style, well, because they went with a 1958 he'd sports furry car. Now the color they used for it, it was the same car they used, but they were you they went to the furry to make on 3,000 of these cars to be made only for the movie of Christine. That was a lot of money, and believe it or not, there was a lot. That was the last time that they're trying to make a look from the 1958 McFurry. And the movie, the of those Furries was only they only used one color for that movie. On one color, that was they used red, white. The car was all red with a white hood, with a white trim with a golden thing through it, golden white trim. It was only for the movie because the original cars were not in that color. It was on one color of those cars was cream white. It was a cream white color. So that's why I made Christine's the only color that looks red. And I see some people are getting these cars and putting in that color. Because I think in 1960s they were starting to get these cars into colors, but this was only a cream color they had. Now it's not that many Christine cars, but there's going to be a lot of people are redoing these cars, and what they're doing with these Mayfurries, they're not bringing it to the original way from the '58. They're reconstructing these cars to make it look like Christine from the movie, and getting the black windows. Now the movie, yeah, it was not a box wasn't a break in box office. I mean, it was based on a book that came out the same year when the movie came out. They were both working to get the movie out. Unfortunately, the movie failed because it was all about the slasher films with the Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and Freddy Krueger was came out in '84, where it actually killed Christine. No, I think this is another sketch. Where's my damn headphones? Oh, another sketch. That's a good one, Scrooge. Bring it back. It's like the old. They're fighting again. They gotta bring him back. They gotta bring him. Now they have to get it out. Oh, now they got to turn it, bring him back. It's like they're like in hell right now. Oh, oh man. That's a fucking purple. That was a good one. Uh, They're doing another commercial thing. These are the ones I just don't listen. And I mean, if you had a DVD or Blu-ray, you just skip these parts. Yeah, it's just a lot of singing and yeah, these are these were actually shows back then, and they're still funny as today. Yeah, like the Three Stooges. I still laugh with Mo, Larry, Curly, and Shemp. Because Shemp does his own thing, but it's still funny. But remember, there are also some jokes that you're not allowed to do anymore, or it's usually those face jokes where I'm not going to say because it was wrong back then, and still is as today. uh, and this is supposed to be the end of the show where everything's gonna go wrong. Yeah, these guys, they were they were good dancers. I mean, I mean, like I say, dancing was still new at the time, but still, there was no lessons back then for dancing. Still, well, I think the lessons didn't start until I think went around the middle of the 50s or 60s. These people didn't have lessons. They had to learn to how, what you would call it into dancing was evolved. They really are. They're good dancing right there. I don't know how they do this, but that's really good. Wow, that were good. They're like Tony. The people in the background is cracking up. The guitar guy's laughing so hard. Yes. I. It's White Christmas singing. He's just messing it up. You know, he's rushing everything. He just broke it. No, it's just breaking everything. No, it's just they're breaking everything. It's like a madhouse. The band is just breaking apart. You're ruining everything. And they're still flying when everything's falling apart. His pants fell down. Oh God! Oh, I think that's it. The end. Oh, that was a good show. Well, it's just these ads they used to have in these shows where that's not that great, but with Costello does they really put it in. Well, that was the show. That was their Christmas special, and still was funny. Y- y- And it was still a good show. Still funny for Christmas. I have the complete series is in my media room. It's really good. I gotta calm down from that. It was so funny. Well, I'm off tomorrow, guys. No streaming tomorrow. Need some break, but Friday is another movie night, and I thought it would be great for some people who are into this one. This Friday, if you guys got Disney Plus, you can watch it with me. But if you have the movie on DVD or Blu-ray, you can watch it too. And was this one is the Muppets Christmas Carol. This is when the Jim Henson Company was still doing the Muppets. It's but Disney he helped out Disney promote this movie. They owned the movie and to release this movie, but the other ones of the Muppet movies were done by Paramount Picture, whereas now the Disney had owned two movies because they owned the rights to those movies, but Sony only has one movie. So we have the Muppet Christmas Carol. Oh, we're gonna be watching that one. And one of the days we're definitely gonna be watching the 1999 film of the Christmas Carol. Oh, it's actually a TNT special. But Friday night is the Muppets Christmas Carol. Are you guys ready for that one? But this is the first time when Steve Whitmire was doing Kermit because Jim Henson fortunately had passed away. He doing he because he was the original creator. He was the original guy who created the Muppets, not the Muppet Show, but mostly the Muppets of all different things. And he was the original Kermit. But unfortunately, we all know how he died. From all the stress that Jim Henson had, that was during 1990. Yeah, right now in Disney World, it was one of Jim Henson's last work was Muppets Vision 3D, and I'm glad Disney World still has it. If they remove it, it's like then they have to release this on Blu-ray because it's part of history. It's one of his last works. But anyways, we're gonna be doing the Muppets Christmas Carol on this Friday. And what I said about the Muppets is this where the Muppets were really at the height, the peak of the '90s. A lot of people were getting the Muppets, but mostly the kids were. Like I was a kid, we all thought the Muppets were for kids. So until I got older, they said Muppets are for little kids. When I started rewatching the Muppet Show, and I realized something, there was a lot of adult jokes that were put in, and like these were a lot of comedies they were putting into it. These were not for children. These were like dark comedy they were adding in, like the Looney Tunes. You think they're for kids? I was rewatching it and like these are dark stuff they're putting in, and these were dark comedy stuff. Like for little kids, these are like explosion violence. Like no wonder I still laugh at these because these are actually comedy that's funny. Y- You don't get it. Get it? When they put into kids, you don't get the joke. When you get older, you understand what they're doing at a joke. Rocko's Modern Life. I remember that as a kid. Now I'm rewatching it, like there was stuff that was actually there was some adult jokes they put in there that's in disguise. You have to listen to it. Anyways, I gotta go now, guys. I got some work to go. I mean, there was a movie night, and this is it. I'm the Costello. Good Christmas show. You guys never watch it. If you have Amazon Prime, watch it. Just watch the Abbott Costello sketch. Other ones are just like, well, you got to see the dancing thing, like the dancing part. But the commercials they put in there, let's skip those. Those were just boring as hell. Oh, but Abbott Costello, they really putting in, and that's where the fun happens. So maybe not where Keenan and Kel came in. You know where Keenan and Kel when they came in, all the sketch they came in. The curtain part was from Abbott and Costello. When Keenan and Kel comes out of the red curtain, they took that idea from Abbott and Costello. Oh, but the Keenan and Kel's characters, they were they were parodying of one of the other comedians, Hardy and Lordy. Hardy and Lordy. If you watch Hardy and Lordy, watch them, then watch Keenan and Kel, you can see similarly there. Or, like in Keenan and Kel, Keenan is the smart one and Kel is the dumb one. Lord and Hardy, same thing. Mm. And I think I don't keep getting confused. I think Lardy is the smart one. Well, Harry was the smart one and Lardy was the dumb one. I always get the name. I gotta rewatch it. Watch it again. It's something like right there. So there's similarity there. I actually also have a DVD compilation disc I made years ago. I only watched that by myself. I should watch some of it. It has uh, the first episode is Inspector Gadget Saves Christmas. Not a bad show, bad Christmas show, but the one thing I hate was the theme song. I hated that theme song so much. I like when that theme song came out. That became the permanent theme songs for the video games and the new movies they came out with. What happened to the other one from '83? The one that was popular. We never heard that. I think the idea that we're planning to use that one to replace the other one. Good thing they didn't. It that was awful. Oh, because when the movie came out, luckily they still kept that original theme song with a little twist to it. Yeah, the movie's not that good. But because you make Gadget smart, but when you make Inspector Gadget, yeah, I think the games also were not that great. That you play Inspector Gadget, but what's the point? I thought I think there's nothing to work with Inspector Gadget for a video game. They don't work. I mean, we all wanted to see Gadget, but he was not really the main of the star. He was just a bumbling idiot. The one that steals the show is Penny. There were actually a PC game of Inspector Gadget where you actually play as Penny. You don't play platform. You're actually point clicking, figuring out the clues, and stopping Dr. Claw's plan. Like, that fit more like to the show. That fit to the show. Well, because you gotta keep Gadget out of Brain had to keep Gadget out of trouble. But yeah, I remember that one. Anyways, I gotta go now. I'm getting tired. I'll see you all on Friday for the Muppets Christmas Carol. So, good night, everybody.